Hi, this is Mac from SW Randall Toys in Pittsburgh, and today I'm reviewing a newer game that we are carrying called Consensus. Now this is the movie edition, which unfortunately we don't actually carry in the store, but this review may determine whether or not we do. We do carry Consensus Original and Consensus Junior, and I like how right on the package they put not a trivia game. Because it really isn't. Consensus, based off the title, is a game that's almost like apples to apples. It's a voting type game. It's a game to see which players think alike based on the questions. Now this is a 3 to 8 player game because one person is the dealer or judge, whichever you'd like to call it. And the age is, it's actually 17 to adult, and I think this is just based on some of the movies, how old the movies are in these movie decks. Obviously if you played with anybody maybe under 17 right now in 2010, they may be unfamiliar with some of the movies that appear in this game. As you can see, this is our demo version. It's nice to get demos from some of these companies so we could review them, see if we like them, and then decide whether or not we want to carry it in the store. But I do have the board set up on the table here, and like it says, this is a 3 to 8 player game. Somebody will be the judge or the dealer. They should probably sit on the other side of the table. You can see the pawns. They give you 8 different colored pawns here, pieces. Now I have a mock game set up right now. You can see on the board that it's a simple moving space. You advance around the board until you get to the end, one space at a time. Now what's nice is they give you these movie decks. All these cards are all different movies, and what's nice is they put it both ways. So not only the dealer and the judge can read it where he or she is seated, but you could also, everybody could read them back on the other side of the table. Now it's neat, they give you 2 entire decks of these movie cards. So that can make the variance in the gameplay pretty reasonable with 2 decks to choose from. Now each colored piece has their own color numbered cards, and these are your voting cards. Now these numbers, let's say the purple piece would have the purple cards, and the numbered cards correspond to the movies and the numbers on the board. So what would happen is the dealer or judge would read a question. Here's where the questions lie. Here's an example. Which one of the following movies would a typical 17-year-old boy be most likely to watch with his parents? Now this is the time where everyone would start secretly voting. You put your cards face down based on the number that is underneath the movie that you think a 17-year-old boy would be most likely to watch with his parents. So let's look at what we have out. I already put these out as an example. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I don't think so. E.T., maybe. The Princess Bride, probably not. Meet the Fockers, yeah, I could see that. Sex and the City, definite no. Taxi Driver, maybe. Police Academy, First Blood, and Home Alone, and Risky Business. I personally think the 17-year-old boy would probably watch Meet the Fockers with his parents. It's a funny movie. It doesn't have too much foul language. So that's number 4. Let's say I was a purple person. Here's my purple cards. I would pull out the number 4, put it face down so no one could see, and then let everybody else vote. Now once everybody has voted on the movie, the cards are flipped over, and what's funny is the instructions for the consensus actually say, to create suspense, you should actually flip each player's voting card over slowly, one by one, so that player can explain and justify why they chose that movie. But once everybody flips over their cards and you see what everybody has voted on, any movie that's on the board, if more than one person has voted for the same film, they get to advance their piece one space. Now, any of the movies on the board that did not receive a vote in that round, those movies are taken off the board and you put new movie cards in their places. So at least you'll have some change up. And sometimes what I've noticed in some of the movie question cards, sometimes they won't be questions. They'll tell you to take the odd numbered movies off the board and replace them with new movie cards. So it keeps it fresh. It's a quick game. I mean, there's not many spaces to get to until you move to the end. But you know, it's hard to move because 2 people have to be voting for the same film in order to advance your piece of space. Once again, this is the movie edition, which we don't carry in the store. Haven't been moving a lot of this game yet, but it is a great game. It is new in the store. It's only been in our store for about 2 weeks, so still yet to see how the sales are going to do on this. But I like this game. I'm actually waiting to play it with a few people, but it looks like it's going to be a great time, especially the movie one. We should probably get this in because everybody likes movies. If you're over 17, you're going to know a lot of these movies, which is nice. And maybe when I get around to it, I'll review the regular Consensus Original and the Consensus Junior. But for now, this is a Consensus Movie Edition. You cannot come and pick it up, like I mentioned. Maybe eventually we'll have it. But we do have Consensus Original and Consensus Junior. Retail's probably around $25–30. Come in and pick one up. Thank you very much.